One, two. Okay, you guys, what is up? Hey, not perfect. Trying to play with a metronome, which is going to lead to what I'm talking about today, is the four things I wish I had done sooner. The four things I wish I had done sooner as a beginner or just earlier on in my career. And that wasn't perfect. I'd normally say one take, you know the rules, but I've actually already filmed this video. I just filmed a killer video for you guys, and there's no audio. So, that's what you get for doing low production quality. I have no idea what I'm doing, you guys, but obviously, one of the things I'm going to talk about is a metronome. Now, that wasn't perfect, but you guys, it's the same thing, right? Like, I'm here trying to learn just like all of you guys. I'm working at it too. I'm trying to get better at this stuff. I'm not the best in the world, but there's a cool little groove. I've had that groove for a long time, and only more recently I've been like trying to actually put it to a metronome. And man, it's hard. Just making up stuff. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to say first, though, you guys, thank you so much for all the new subscribers, all the people that have been checking out the videos, leaving me more comments than I could ever respond to. There's so many comments and stuff, and it's been really cool. So many of you guys have reached out, and I'm reading them, even if I don't get to all of them. I really promise I am. I've had a bunch of students. It's awesome, you guys. This YouTube thing is crazy, and I love it. And I hope you guys are loving it too. So, man, all right, now let's jump right in. What are the four things? Four things I wish I'd done sooner. Number one is not actually going to be the metronome. Number one, and what I think is probably the most important, is using my ear. Using my ear, man. I spent, in today's world, when we're learning guitar, it's so easy to, I spent way too long just watching YouTube videos, watching people's hands, and like learning it like spoon fed to me. And I didn't spend any time off the bat being like, I'm just going to listen to the song and try and pick some out on my own. And that's so important to do, man. As soon as you can do that day one. Just try and find one note, try and find the key or one chord. You don't have to, like, keep it reasonable. Maybe don't try and learn Cliffs of Dover by ear day one. Like, maybe that's a stretch. But maybe we start with Wagon Wheel or something, like, keep it where it's attainable. And even if you don't get the whole song, just try and pick a little bit out. And the sooner you just slowly incorporate that into your practice, instead of like sit down and be like, I'm going to try for 10 minutes and learn any bit of this song I can just by ear. And man, that'll help so much. I got to Nashville and I hadn't been doing that enough throughout my whole playing career. And I was really hindered for it. I had so much I had to catch up on, and I still got to catch up on. And that's just a really important thing. So that's definitely like tip number one, man, is start using your ear. If you're not using your ear all the time already, some people just play by ear, but use it. In today's world, it's easy to just be spoon-fed everything. And just don't forget about your ear, because when it comes down to it, that's what the music is, right? It's your ears. So, all right, number two, the metronome. You guys see, I'm not perfect at it, right? This is kind of a hard groove. I'm no Corey Wong, right? But like I wanted to do that and have it not be perfect to show you guys like I'm working on this stuff too, man. I'm trying to get better. Like there's a lot of guys and girls on here that are crazy and insane and they're posting stuff and it's perfect and like I'm not that good, but I've got a career doing this somehow, So if I can do it, you can do it. But using a metronome. Now, a metronome is honestly, I feel like a little advanced. It's hard. There's not as much rhythmic information coming at you. It's just that pulse. So if you're having trouble with the metronome off the bat, I'd start with just jamming with a song, right? So then at least time is going, and you can kind of play with other people. There's more rhythmic information, or instead of a metronome like a click track, you could use just a drum track. Look up on YouTube just a drum track, and try and just like there, I just made up a random groove, and try and just keep it going. And another thing is, even when you're playing alone, just try and get that internal rhythm down, man. I've been working on this for years, and I'm still trying to get better at it. But I don't know if you could see it in the thing, but my foot is moving with that. When I'm trying to play that, even without the metronome. Even when you stop, look. So it's not perfect. Not perfect, but at least I'm trying. I'm trying to keep the rhythmic clock going. Like that's a hard groove, right? That's not an easy groove. But either way, it's trying to get like that time internalized. And the quicker you just start thinking about these things and have them on your radar, then over the years they'll just adapt themselves into your natural thing. So time, working on your time, work with the metronome or a drum track, or play with the songs playing is going to help you a lot. Because when I got to Nashville, same thing, and I started doing. I'm no session player. It's cool with Lanco since we're a band. The band plays on the records, and I get to do some really cool sessions with the band. I just did some awesome ones, but I'm not like these session guys where I'm just nailing it. In fact, I got a really great video that I'm going to chop up. I set my phone up to record of me doing a solo on one of our songs, and the phone recorded for 1 hour and 17 minutes before it died without me getting the take and doing a bunch of different stuff and this and that and trying different things. And I'm going to chop that up and let you guys watch, 25 minutes of me trying to get the take and then not getting it, and we don't even end up doing a solo in this song. The next day, the other guys tried it, I'm not a session musician, right? I'm just, so anyways, don't let it discourage you if you're not great at it, because you just saw, I'm not the best at it, but just working on it, it's an important thing. All right, number 3. What's number 3? Cage system. Now, this isn't like a day one thing, maybe, but the sooner you can start diving into the cage system, the better off you're going to be for it. The cage system, for me, is how I look at it. Some people don't like the cage system. I get that. To each their own. But for me, like, I'm looking at all the chords and stuff and where I'm at on the fretboard as the cage system. That's my markers for where I'm going. And, that's just, that might not be day one, but you only have to know C, A, G, E, and D to start moving those bar chords up. And there's more that goes to it, but don't be intimidated by it. And if you've been playing for a year and you haven't touched the cage system at all, dive in. Start looking up videos. I've got videos. Lots of people got videos. You can pay for courses. It's everywhere. But just start trying to get that going, because that's going to let you know all your chord shapes, and that's really what's going to give you confidence up and down the fretboard, right? I'm knowing where I'm at. Now, that takes years of practice, because it's the cage system, it's those shapes, then it's the arpeggios in those shapes, then it's the major scale in that shape if it's a major chord, right? Then it's knowing which interval I'm playing, what style of music am I playing, what tonal quality am I playing over? Am I playing over a dominant 7th chord, a minor chord, a major chord, a major 7 chord, right? But all that information will culminate, and I'm using my home base as being like, okay, I'm playing out a C shape. Where we go? A little bit of A shape, then up to the G shape, right? I'll add an E shape all day long, right? And there I'm playing a kind of blues thing, adding the major minor third, a little bit of the flat seven, So, anyways, that's a complicated kind of topic that spans really deep ways. But the sooner you can start dipping your toes into it, the better you're gonna be. That's I think that's just a fact. I don't know that you can dispute that. You can call it whatever you want, but learning those chord shapes and getting the fretboard down, you can do that earlier than you think. Than I think a lot of people think. Okay, last tip, because I'm not going to make this video crazy long. Man, the last tip is a lot of people ask, how much should I practice? How much do you practice a day? How many hours should I practice a day? And I think this is the wrong question. I had a student at one point that had come in and he hadn't played in a couple weeks. And we came in and had a great lesson and he was jazzed about it. We booked a lesson for like the very next week. And he was like, I'm going to practice an hour every day until next week. And I was like, okay, that's great, but hold on. And I don't want to be discouraging to you, but you haven't been doing that already. So, what is way more beneficial and it's going to help you is 10 minutes a day versus just 2 hours on Sunday. The reps in your hand, even if it's for 5 minutes, are going to go further for building your muscle memory, keeping your mind on guitar, seeing the shapes, seeing what you're working on, than not looking at it for a week, So those 5 minutes versus just 2-3 hours one day, I really think is going to go a long way. Now, here's the thing with guitar. You get out what you put in. If you're practicing 8 hours a day, yeah, you're going to progress way faster than playing 10 minutes a day. But not everybody can do that. Honestly, this is the one thing out of the 3 things I just talked about that I didn't struggle with when I started because I just loved guitar. I had lots of time. I was young. All I cared about was guitar. I came home from school. I played guitar. I was playing guitar before I went to school. Then I was playing guitar at school. Then it was just, all I wanted to do was guitar. I dropped out of college because I was playing guitar all the time. Oh, there's more to that story. But in a good way, I got a job. That's why I dropped out of college. But I wasn't doing great in school because I was coming home and playing guitar. And once you get a job, there's no homework. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. The amount of time you're picking it up, I think, is really important. And more important than, I'm going to play for 3 hours on Sunday and not pick up the instrument again all week, And I really think that'll take a long way. All 3 of those things, using your ear, one of the most important. Trying to work on your time. It's hard. Y'all saw. I'm not great at it. I'm working at it, just like we all are. Cage system, don't let it intimidate you. Yeah, cage system isn't day one. But, as soon as you feel like you can tackle it, just check it out, And if it's too hard or too much at that point and makes no sense, then maybe come back in a couple months, right? And then just consistently picking up the instrument. 10 minutes a day matters more than 3 hours on Sunday. I always say this. So, man, I'm just going to cut it off there. I'm going out of town for the weekend, so there's not going to be a video till about Monday. But again, I can't, if you have made it to this point in the video, I can't thank you guys enough. This is a ride right now. This is awesome. I'm getting so much interaction, so many people viewing this stuff, great comments. And, I've been a part of this community for a long time, watching all the same channels you guys are watching, listening to that music, trying to practice like all of you guys are. I've been on that same journey since I was in high school in 2009, I graduated in 2012, but I've been watching YouTube. So it's really fun and really cool for me to throw my hat in this ring, and you guys seem to like it. I enjoy personally this lower production quality, and it feels more genuine, I think. I don't have some super polished intro. Y'all get to hear me mess up because I'm trying to learn too, And honestly, I'm finding out already the fact that I'm doing lower production quality lets me pump out content a lot quicker. I'm not editing a bunch of stuff. I just chop off the ends and I throw it up there. So plan for a lot more of these. I'm looking at some other channels and people are posting once a week or maybe twice a week, but their videos are really edited. I'm not doing all that stuff. So I'm just going to be posting as much as I can. I'm bored right now. Thought of this idea. I'm going to share it with you guys. So, hey, tell me what you guys think. If you made it this far and you're in the comments and you're not a beginner player, please comment what you wish you had done sooner. I'd love to get a bunch of comments about what What is your guys' advice? I know I've got some old timers that have been playing for a long time, some great players that are hanging around this channel, and like share with the new guys, like, and gals, what have you like, what did you wish you had done sooner, you know? And those are just four things that if I could go back and redo it, I would have focused on all of those harder at the beginning. But there was no one there to tell me that that was important, and that if I wanted to do this as a career someday, all of those factors needed to be in there, you know, and still need to be better. I'm going to get off this practice with the metronome more. But hey, you guys, if you've made it this far, like the video if you like it. If not, that's okay. Subscribe. I'm saying it. Hit the bell. Do the bell thing, right? I'm starting to go live more, so if you want to catch the lives, that's a good thing for that. And I think that's it. All right, you guys. Until next time, peace.